Shaw, I had to come back and talk about Shedeur. Now hold on, y'all. Because what's still happening right now with Shedeur is still not about football. And before we even get into this, I don't just watch football. I help raise and develop a scholarship athlete. I done sat through practices, camps, road trips, game days, you name it. So when I speak, I'm not reacting, I'm recognizing. And what I'm seeing right now, y'all, something still just don't add up. And I know a lot of y'all hopefully watch this video, especially all my aunties out there, unks too. And I hope and pray, because I know it's been a long winter, because what? It's been 8 months, maybe 6 months since Shedeur has touched the field, and every day since pro day from college, this young man has been in the media every day since college. So that's over a year, y'all. And I know it's frustrating. I know y'all tired because he haven't even played a game. And here we are, all while his football break has been here. They have talked about this young man every day. Like, oh my God. To the point where I had to cut my YouTube off, especially from those Cleveland media folks. And I hope y'all not buying what the Cleveland media is selling y'all, especially with the propaganda they've been slanging. That's why I'm here. And that's why it's many, 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 many more people here. The new media. We're here. And I want to be a powerful voice in this media space to help those who don't have a voice. So I'm going to really break this down because the last time Shedeur touched the football field, y'all, was months ago. No games, no snaps, no touchdowns. But somehow, every day, his name still in the media. With that being said, y'all, I'll be right back.
Yo, this is Black Culture is Lit TV. Unapologetic energy, all flavors of the culture. We outside, we loud, we lit. Let's go. Yo, this is Black.
Now, I gotta ask y'all something. I mean, we ain't in no rush, are we? I mean, we had to suffer months of them making up shit. But I gotta ask y'all something. What are they even talking about? What are these folks even talking about? Oh my God. Because at this point, it's given. We need a topic, and he's the topic. Shedeur is the topic. We're going to monetize. We're going to monetize this young man until he can't monetize him no more. We're going to get every drip drop from this young man. That's what they decided. See, so y'all keep thinking the season is over, but it's not. The arena never closed. The game just changed. All this break, it was perception, positioning, narrative. It's like they had a meeting and they said, okay, we're going to monetize Shedeur until we can't monetize him no more. And that's why you should subscribe to my channel, because it's not about the money for me. Because it would have been easy to talk about Shedeur, Shedeur, Shedeur. Like, oh my God. But now, here's what make it even crazier, y'all. Because, like I said, I had to take a break from YouTube with this. The Cleveland Browns still don't have a locked in QB1. Even though, if you read through the interviews, it's they already know who. But it's a game. Like I'm telling y'all, there's the media. It's like the integrity part is over with. That part is done. Okay? It's about monetization. Period. That's it. That's all. But this organization still haven't named a QB1. Here's where it gets tricky with me, because I use common sense. It's an open competition, right? So let me ask y'all this. If it's an open competition, why does your door name keep coming up the most? Because his name sells. So let me break it down a little further. Let me break it down real quick. When a player is in the building, working, showing consistency, that really matters, y'all. That really matters. And I remember one time we was me and my son, we had just came back from uh, a 7 on, no, it was a college visit, a camp or something like that. And he had practice that Sunday. Camps are usually Saturday. And it, he had an opportunity to go shopping. He chose to make it back to practice. So I'm just telling you that that matters. That's development. That is what separate players. And see, this right here, this is straight out the Black Playbook, which is my other YouTube channel. So, they like to mention everybody else, other quarterbacks, other people's names, just so disrespectful. But they keep circling back to Shedeur. Everybody. 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 The entire YouTube. Everybody. That is not random, y'all. All of this is narrative control, and we fall for it. Well, not me, you. You fall for it. And it's okay because at this point, it's getting weird, but it's over. We're done with the weirdest part. Now we're coming to, you know, camp and things like that. So it's kind of justifiable. All these ridiculous takes and these ridiculous videos because, like I said, he hasn't touched the field since Cincinnati game. So it's getting a little weird over the last few months. And months later, you're still talking about him. That's really not analysis. That's just watching to monetize. But here's the reality check. Meanwhile, what he is actually doing is training, building chemistry, adjusting to coaching, and living his life. Normal football behavior, normal young men behavior, right? You would think that they would have all these storylines for people who's not in the building. You would think. But see, in the NFL, when they can't control the players, they try to control the stories. And now the Cleveland media, because it's y'all, because we're not going to talk about national media, the first takes and things like that. They're doing what they do. But the local media, to know this is what you do to your players, makes the stories about Baker Mayfield justifiable. Yeah, I do. Y'all don't like the direction. Y'all don't like the leadership. Y'all don't like the access y'all now have, which is none. So now y'all talking more propaganda, more BS. And look, I'm building something over here, something with integrity. So when my channels take off, just know y'all, you was here early. Yeah, you was here early, man. You know? So I gotta ask y'all. If nobody is QB1 yet, why is Shedeur the focus? Hmm? No games played. Several months later, still daily headlines. Shedeur, Shedeur, Shedeur. I know Shedeur is so sick of y'all. But, it got me looking at people sideways. I can just imagine how he feels. Because it's months, y'all, since he last touched the field. Somehow, this young man's name has been in the conversation every single day. No games, no new films, nothing new to evaluate, but he's still the topic. That's when you got to stop and ask yourself, are we really talking football? Or are we just talking narrative? Because think about it, y'all. They had months to research who this kid was, his background. They had months to figure out who he was. Months. They have done nothing. They have done none of that. They are still going off of propaganda. They don't care about the truth. So briefly talk about this QB competition because, like I told you guys, there's been no clear QB1. Well, you can read in between the lines. They basically told you, but we'll play that game. They don't have a clear QB1. Supposedly an open competition with Shedeur versus this veteran Deshaun Watson, who's torn his Achilles twice and who has not played in 6 years. So if we subtract 6 years from today, he has the same amount of experience as Shedeur. I don't care what nobody say. 6 years? The last time you played? Like, come on, dude. Unless you a robot, you better be careful. Especially tearing two Achilles. I wish you well, but man, it sounds like you need to give it up. But and I'm just going based off of a lot of the video shows, podcasts that I've saw that said that your position is really dangerous for you to put yourself in that situation. So be careful. But nobody's locked in. But so if it's truly a competition, right? Because you know what happened last year. It was not. Why does the conversation keep circling back to Shedeur the most? That tells me right there, hmm, he's not just in the mix, he's a factor. And if you need to go review his new coach interviews, he basically tells you, he basically tells you that Shedeur is the guy, is going to be the guy. But they like to play these games because, I'm telling y'all, the truth doesn't monetize as well as propaganda. But hopefully, us, the new media, hopefully our integrity is inserted in these YouTube streets. And y'all respect us, subscribe to us, and let us tell you what's going on. Unless you like to be lied to. And that's okay. It's a lane for you. But since I am, because I don't say I'm not anymore, but I'm still a football mom. And the development happens now for Shedeur. Well, he's been trained, but still, the NFL development is what I mean. His off season, all this season right here mattered. Everything he did, which he didn't show, and I'm so happy that he wasn't showing everything. I'm so happy he did not do that. Thank you, Shedeur. Give them something to ponder about. Don't show your hand to these people. Give them what you need to give them. Nothing more and nothing less. See, this is what a lot of people miss. Real development. It don't happen on game day. It happens right now. It happened all this off season while these people in the media, in Cleveland media, was using propaganda. See, I would have been trying to find out what he was doing this off season. Films, reps, consistency. But what they did was spread lies. Now, I didn't see this up close. So when I see a player staying locked in, showing up, putting in that work while everybody else talking, yeah, that tells me everything I need to know. So when I saw Shedeur fly from London back to Cleveland to meet his coach, who do you think I thought of? Who do you think I thought of? That was something my son would have did. But it takes a different breed to be that way, to be built that way. So, um, Cleveland media, I'm sorry, but All these other quarterbacks are not coming. Yeah, that's straight out the black playbook. You mentioned everybody else. You threw out all these different names, disrespecting your QB1. You created all this noise, all this drama, but somehow your conversations keep coming straight back to Shedeur. That's how you guys got to start understanding what's propaganda, because the conversation comes straight back to Shedeur. That's why you see Shedeur up there. Shedeur. I'm tired of hearing Shedeur now. I know he is. That stuff ain't random. That's how narratives get shaped, y'all. Y'all got to stop clicking on these people things. Click on our stuff. Subscribe to us. It's a lot of creators out here covering Shedeur. The truth, not propaganda, not trying to get you to click, not I can't even think agitate because I can't even think of the new word that they use. Rage baiting us. Stop clicking on that mess. That's how narratives get shaped, y'all. That's how you control what people focus on without them even realizing it. You are in control of clicking on their videos. So I just had to come on, let y'all know things have gotten weird. Happy that camp and OTAs is coming up to give these people something to talk about. They do over coverage. That's AKA media stalking. They are obsessed. They not only obsessed with Shedeur, they're obsessed with Shedeur's monetization. Because at this point, I'm not even gonna lie, and it got weird. We pass analysis now. When somebody's name is still being brought up this much without new performance attached to it, that's not breakdown. That's watching. And y'all know the difference. See, y'all thought the season was over. Y'all got to recognize. So, do y'all think this is just about football or something deeper? And I know you get that all the time, but I just have to ask because y'all keep giving these folks y'all subscriptions and likes, and I just don't get it. I just don't get it. So, I gotta ask y'all, why is Shedeur name still the topic? Drop it in the comments because I know I'm not the only one peeping this. Like, subscribe. Black Culture is Lit TV. Thanks for pulling up.